Hello everyone. Welcome to a video where I am going to be ranking every Pokemon TCG format I've ever played. I'm going to try to get into making more videos about the actual TCG instead of just stuff like card openings. So this is just going to be a quick, easy one. The recording software I'm using for free because I'm cheap only lets me record 15 minutes, so I'll try not to expunge too much. You can see my tier list is a little goofy. I've got S, A, B, C, D, F, but also I have some but stale qualifiers because a lot of times people complain about the current format. Like, for example, people are complaining now in the Phantasmal Flames format due to them feeling stale. And I don't think that's super fair to the format because it's not really their fault. So the B, for example, A but stale, is the tier that I will put a format in that is good in a vacuum, but because of the previous formats feels stale. So getting right into it, I started playing during Astral Radiance. I think it was technically Pokemon Go, but they're not really that different. In fact, I believe because Pokemon Go is a subset. Um, yeah, Limitless doesn't even rank them as different. Pretty much the only difference was that Radiant Charizard was in Pokemon Go. Pokestop was also printed in Pokemon Go, but that didn't really affect the meta very much at that time. So you can see other than that, Palkia was the best played deck, followed by Arceus, followed by Genesect. And this was also actually the 2022 Worlds format, specifically the Pokemon Go version. Overall, I really like this format. I think Radzard, Regis, Mewtwo V Union Control is awesome. All great decks. So I think I'm going to put this. I'll put an A tier. Starting a strong A tier, and I'll do ordered tiers so Pokemon goes a little better than Astral Radiance. I don't know if this format was stale. I don't think it was that bad, especially because the most played deck is Palkia, which came out in Astral Radiance. But I also didn't play before that, so take that with a grain of salt. Then we have Lost Origin. Now, what Lost Origin added was pretty obvious. Lost Box. Kyurem VMAX was like a deck, but it wasn't that good. But Lost Box, very good deck. We didn't really know yet that it would be as good as it was until it would rotate. But this was fine. I don't really like Lost Box, but I think that part of that is looking at it in hindsight. I'm just gonna throw it in B tier. And then, little surprised, I continued to play after this. Silver Tempest format. Let's take a quick look. Wow, what got added in Silver Tempest? Yeah. So Lugia V Star was the contender for the greatest deck of all time. If you don't use a deck's longevity, uh, if you don't consider that a factor in how good of a deck it was, because obviously Lugia V Star fell way off after this format. But if you don't consider longevity, Lugia was the best deck of all time. I mean, 40% meta share. It won basically every event in the format. It was ridiculously good. It could just, I mean, it could do anything. Like if I go tournament history, scroll down to the bottom. Oh, look. Uh, did it win? Yeah, it won LAC toward Reklov. It just like this format was trash, is what I'm trying to get at here. 40% of the meta had this. You Lugia V Star out your Archeops. Radzard was a great finisher. Eveltal countered Mew, which was supposed to be the counter for it. Um, the Oranguru took extra prizes against single prizers, and you could use powerful colorless energy to supplement that. Friggin' Pumpkaboo got rid of the Path of the Peak. It, yeah, this deck was not okay. So I'm throwing that straight into F tier. Kron Zenith is the exact same. It added like Sky Sealstone, which saw some play as a Mew counter. I think later on. Don't think it was really played in this format. Kron Zenith is above Silver Tempest though because the Zamazenta and that's kind of cool. So Scarlet and Violet, I actually don't remember this format too well. Obviously, rotation happened, which I mean, it was still the second most played deck, but it completely neutered Lugia, which uh, good. So Lost Box most played deck, Genesect, Arceus, the very beginnings of the Gardevoir menace that I'll be talking about for the rest of the video, really. Gudra Lost Box. Miraidon was a thing, kind of. It wasn't that good yet. Well, this was one of the better versions of it, but it was all right. It was all right. I will put it in B tier, I think. Um, yeah, I think B tier feels right. I don't think C and D are gonna have a lot of things in. I did make this tier list without super thinking about too much where I was gonna put each of the formats, but it can go in B tier. I think that works for it. Nothing too offensive and in a vacuum, but would probably go in C tier. But uh, after freeing us from the Lugia menace, absolute cinema. Whatever, it's a good format. Next up we have Paldea Evolved. I really like Paldea Evolved because it printed this guy, GM Excalibur. This is one of my favorite decks ever. Super fun deck. Other than that, it got Lost Box. This was also the 2023 Worlds format. You got Lost Box, which I would argue is best deck in format. This was a turbo Lost Box build with the Celebrations Kyogre, so you could just like late game KO2 bench Genesect V, take 4 prizes. It was pretty annoying to play against, to be honest, because their turns take a very long time. Actually, my first original I played in, I believe was no, it was Obsidian Flames format, not this. But it took a really long time, but at least it was a pretty high skill deck. This was, I will say, something bad about this format. Very Battle VIP Pass heavy. Like Guardy played Battle VIP Pass. Lugia and Arceus decks were kind of didn't. I feel like Arceus being this high in everything isn't really fair because it's so many different versions of Arceus. Um, but like Lost Box played Battle VIP Pass. Mew did. Genesect did. I'm pretty sure Inteleon Urshifu did. It was very Battle VIP Pass heavy, and Battle VIP Pass is a card that I really don't like. I don't think it's good for the game. Let me get to BKM end cards. Like, I don't like it. I think this is a bad card for the game, and I think the more a format relies on Battle VIP Pass, the worse it is in general. So because of that, uh, I'll put it I'll put it in B tier. I think it was pretty good. I think this is better format than Scarlet and Violet. B tier's gonna have a lot of stuff in it. I might have to reorder stuff at the end. These rankings aren't final. Next up is Obsidian Flames. So what does Obsidian Flames add? Charizard. And that's about it. Obsidian Flames was not a very good set for players. I don't even think the collectors really like it either, because there's the Charizard, but like it's not even that expensive. Um, hey, who cares about collectors? We're all about playing here. So Obsidian Flames added Zard, and that's kind of it. So I think I'll throw it in B, but stale. Zard was kind of a shakeup, but Zard was like really bad when it came out. People weren't really figuring out. They were trying to play it with Arceus V Star, so it's going to be but stale. 151 added a new Charmander for Charizard to play, and nothing else. Terrible set playability wise. I literally the only other cards I can think of that were played are like Grabber, the Sandshrew for controlless. There's not a lot. This was not a very good set, so this is also going down to B but stale. Slightly lower because it's slightly staler. Paradox Rift. This format rips. People are already playing it as like a retro format for their gauntlets. Um, this is the main reason I like this format. Snorlax Stall is my favorite deck of all time, and it is uniquely good in this format because after Paradox Rift and after Paldea Evolved, rotation happened, and Snorlax survived the rotation, but not unharmed. It lost a few pieces that were really good for it, like it ran a one of Battle VIP Pass, it ran Peonia, Avery, Echoing Horn. The Avery Echoing Horn was very good for the strategy because even if you were playing against somebody who knew what they were doing, it would kind of mess them up. Yeah, incredible format just because of Snorlax. Aside from that, I honestly think it's really solid. Lost Box was a high skill deck. Guardy's pretty high skill. Zard was there. Roaring Moon is absolute like propaganda. If you actually look at the tournaments from this format, Roaring Moon won nothing. Uh, so in my retro gauntlet that I'm building of this format, I'm just doing top eight except replace Roaring Moon with Excalibur. That doesn't really matter. I got like a pop up here. What the heck? All right, well I'm not gonna worry about that. Actually, I can probably just like I don't want to worry about that. So Paradox Rift going straight to S tier. I love this format. It also added Iron Hands EX for Chien Pao, which Iron Hands is sometimes annoying, but I don't think it was annoying in this format. I don't think it was that bad. Paldean Fates added a new Fridge Backs for Chien Pao and a new Charmeleon for Charizard, and that was it. So I guess but it wasn't really stale yet. Paradox Rift was a pretty good shape up. Temporal Force is the second rotation that I'm discussing. What was Temporal Forces like? Because Zard was most played, followed by Chien Pao, Lost Box, Arc, whatever, Lugia, Giratina. So Temporal Forces didn't really add anything. There was Ancient Box, but it didn't add much. We'll see you later. So I guess it's got to go. We'll go A. I think. I think Temporal Forces goes like here because it, a lot of E rotation cards were a problem, such as Mew, and that got rid of it, but it didn't really add anything in return. So, well, we'll go A. I think this was pretty decently fun to play in. Twilight Masquerade. So this one was the NAIC 2024 format. Um, and this was kind of like before the set came out. People were going like, "Oh man, Drag Bolt's like the best deck ever. It's going to be so good." It really wasn't when it first came out. Raging Bolt was the real standout with Teal Mask Ogerpon. It's fine. I'm not crazy about it. It's all right. It's all right. I'll just put it in A but stale because it didn't really change too much. Like it added Raging Bolt really to the meta, but like come on, it's Raging Bolt. I'm a little tired of Raging Bolt. I'm ready for Raging Bolt doesn't retire, but Sada does, so it's dead. It's probably not. I don't know. I'm tired of Raging Bolt. Play a deck that requires skill. Raging Bolt players, respectfully, respectfully. And then we have Shredded Fable. I'll go on record. So this is the 2024 Worlds format, and I've said this before. I'll say it again. I think this format sucks. I think it's terrible. This format blows. What is that? I mean, Worlds obviously you're gonna have it's going to be a lot more top heavy with what decks are played, but basically Shroud Fable um, uh, um, printed Kiram and Duskmore and Night Stretcher. I think Night Stretcher is a good card for the game, but Kiram and Dusknoir are like, mm, I guess Kiram's not bad. It's mostly Dusknoir. I like Dusknoir. Oh, and Pheasantipity EX. Ooh, Shrouded Fable was a gross deck. Um, Iron Thorns, Quad Thorns did win Worlds, which is maybe the funniest thing that's happened since I've started playing the Pokemon TCG. But I don't like this one. I'm putting it in D because I think objectively speaking, this is a bad format. This is a format. So for Tempest format is bad. This is a format that I don't like. I see the appeal. I just don't like Regidrago. This was also a very like rock paper scissors format. It was basically like the turbo decks of Raging Bolt, Miraidon, and Roaring Moon beat Regidrago. Regidrago beat like Charizard, and Charizard beat the turbo decks. Which some people like rock paper scissors formats. I really don't. So yeah, D tier. I'm gonna cut here because this was never gonna be 15 minutes. I can't. Yeah. All right, we're back. So next up, Shroud Fable D tier. Stellar Crown. I remember before Stellar Crown came out because I really don't like Shroud Fable format. I was really excited for it to shake up the meta, but it kind of did. Oh yeah, you can even see it separates Shredded Fable. It usually doesn't do that for subsets because Shredded Fable was such like a different thing. So Regidrago's so much of the meta. I don't like it. I didn't like it, but I've spoken my piece on it. I don't have to play it again. It is unfortunate that a Worlds format happened, but just play 2022 Worlds. I like 22 Worlds. Okay, so Stellar Crown. You'll notice still a lot of Regidrago. Less Regidrago, but still a little Regidrago heavy. Followed by Regibolt, Charizard. Terapagos was the new kid on the block. Area Zero, Underdepths, and Noctowl. Great engine. Remember, Palkia got played with it. A little bit of Snorlax Resurgence there, which you love to see. Oh, also Shredded Fable printed Pentarun EX, which completely counters Snorlax. So that's another reason I don't like it. It's fine. I will put it in. We'll go C but stale because it is a bit better than Shredded Fable, but not a ton change. The changes that happened were good, but I don't think enough changed for it to really be super relevant. Also, Miraidon was funny in this format. Let me see, where is it? Jesus, it's all the way down here? Okay. Hold on, let me... How do we do this? How do I choose the format? Oh, here we go. Not Shredded Fable. Still ground. So this... Yeah, I got Area Zero Underdepths, and you ran this Mewtwo EX, which is a terrible card. It's only ever been played as a basic Lightning type Terra that Miraidon can get, and then you used Raikou V as your main attacker because it did way more damage. This was pretty fun. I like this. In fact, I played a Miraidon during the Shredded Fable format because I went to Baltimore Regionals that season, and I went 5-4, but I started 3-0, and I was on the stream like listings for before round 4, and I got whooped by a guy that got Nolan Randall, a guy that got top 8 and played Cornerstone Neufert, which completely countered me. But that's besides the point. So like yeah, Starcrown, a little better, still kind of stale in my opinion. Surging Sparks. Let's see, what did Surging Sparks change? To my memory, nothing. I don't think Surging Sparks did anything. From what I recall, there was like a little bit of a Dengo. You could say preview, because now we know where Dengo ended up going. Oh, Cloth. Oh, shoot. Wait, this deck's sick. Was that really not? Could you not do that in? Did it like need something from Surging Sparks, or was this just people didn't really know the technology? Yeah, I guess people just didn't understand the technology yet. This deck's awesome. I love Cloth. I didn't really play it, but it is very fun. But that's not even necessarily new. Golden Go started being played with the Togekiss, which I don't like the Togekiss at all. I think it feels bad to play with and bad to play against. If you don't know what Togekiss I'm talking about, I probably can I. Hello? Why is this? No, stop. Exit drawing. Okay. Sorry that this is blurring my background, by the way. I don't know how to turn that off. I feel like it's more distracting than the background not being blurred, but whatever. So, yeah, Togekiss, when your opponent's active Pokemon is knocked out, flip a coin. If it has to take one more prize. Yuck. I don't like this card. I feel it feels bad to play with and bad to play against. And not a lot happened to the format, so I think I'm just going to have to put it in the same as Stellar Crown. Prismatic Evolutions, though. Whew, now we cooking. I don't think that was... Oh, okay, that is a different one. Sure. I think it's just the data for Limitless got better. Yeah, because I guess they have it for Black Bull, and they probably will for Ascended Tears. Yeah, it's just their data collection got better. So you can see bit of a change. Dragapult is here at last. We were promised Dragapult and Twilight Masquerade would be a good deck, and now it really is 20% of the meta. Mostly thanks to this guy. Still played in it, obviously, because Prismatic Evolutions was weird. Most of the time, subsets will either have a very large, surprisingly large effect on the metagame, like Shredded Fable, or they'll have almost no effect, which most of them don't have any effect, like Paldean Fates or 151. Prismatic Evolution's effect on the metagame was basically just adding Budew, but Budew is such a centralizing card and a card that you always have to be thinking about playing a format that it really did change the format a lot. Whether that's good I'm still not decided. It's obviously very annoying to play against Badu, but it does slow the game down, which I think most everyone who really plays the game is a fan of. Um, yeah, a lot of Dragapult, weird Miraidon resurgence. I don't know why that was. Oh, because they got the Pikachu EX. They got this guy. They got to play this as their Terra instead of the Mewtwo, which is obviously an improvement because it can't get knocked out one shot. And like, I guess you could go on grass and Metal Energy. Please don't though. That's not very good in Murata. So I'll put Prismatic in. Put it in B tier. I think B tier is where it belongs. It's just fine. Really wasn't stale because Budu really changed a lot. There was also Regigigas, but nobody plays Regigigas. Regigigas is like a rogue deck thing. Like Mega Venusaur plays it, Slowking plays it. And it's like, yeah. Journey Together, this is a rotation bringing set. And F rotation was absolutely apocalyptic. This rotation was insane. It killed so many decks that had just been hanging around for years, like Lost Box especially. And really was a great refresh, in my opinion. You kind of see the power level going down. Obviously, Dragapult and Gardevoir are two very powerful decks, especially Gardevoir, one of the, I would argue, probably the best Pokemon TCG deck of all time because of its longevity. Um, but most of the other ones, kind of lower power level. Terrabox and Flareon. Noctowl was a great skill expressive card. Joltik Box, I don't like Joltik Box. Golden Go, so seeing a little bit of play. Obviously, it's very top heavy on the Dragapult and Gardevoir, which I know a lot of people especially in the Pokemon TCG Twitch chat, resent. But I think this was a good rotation. Um, and I think next rotation, I'm recording this in Phantasmal Flames metagame in January of 2026. I think this next rotation, rotating out G Block, is going to bring the power level way down. Like, Dragon Balls obviously very powerful because it keeps like Dusknoir and Badu and everything that matters really, except Counter Catcher. It loses Counter Catcher, which is pretty impactful, and Iono. So yeah, it's weird. Anyways, this was a good rotation. I like this format a good amount. I think it goes here. I think I'll put it in A tier here. Destined Rivals. Let's see. Destined Rivals changed nothing, I think. Oh, that yeah, I forgot about Grimmsnarl. Grimmsnarl's a pretty good deck. I like it. So this is kind of the only thing that changed, though. I guess Cynthia's Garcha. Oh, and how could I forget Rockets Me Do? Oh, people are saying this is going to be good against rotation. I don't really buy it yet, but we'll see. Um, so yeah, Grimmsnarl's cool. We can put that in A tier next to Journey Together. I don't think this format was stale yet. I think rotation kind of keeps the format fresh for longer. Uh, then Black Bolt White Flare Meta. This is 2025 World's metagame. I think this is a hot take, but honestly, I kind of feel like this format's S tier. Like I think this format's pretty sick. I mean, like Golden Go, you got Air Balloon, Genesect EX, huge buff for Golden Go. I think it's pretty good. I like this format. Maybe not S tier. Maybe top of A tier. Oh, well, we got to put more than one format in S tier. We'll go S tier. S but still. S but still. Um, I like this format. I don't really have anything actually constructive to say about it, but Air Balloon really changed the game, and I think the game is much better with Air Balloon in it. It feels better than Rescue Port, that's for sure. So next up, Mega Evolution, second newest set at time of recording. What did this change? Uh, huh. Gardevoir obviously still very good. Oh, it got Mega Absolbox. I really like Mega Absolbox. I'm going to Toronto this weekend actually, and Mega Absol was what I was going to go with. I ended up switching to Golden Go. Golden Guile, Golden Guile, Golden Go got a complete refresh with the Solrock Lunatone engine, which makes it uh, you can like get donks with it going second, kill evolving basics. It deals with Badu much better now. Um, it draws even more cards, which it needed. I um Mega Absol is a super fun deck. Uh, there's a lot of goofy stuff, like Kangaskhan Bouvalant, seeing a little more play now, I think, um, which is kind of interesting. I think this is a solid format. I think it can go A tier. I don't know why the Mega Evolution logo is so wide, by the way. I think top of A tier is right. Now Phantasmal Flames is a little stale. Is a little stale. I think it's a compounding of things like Dragapult and Gardevoir being so good for just multiple years at this point. I'm getting a little tired, and Phantasmal Flames didn't really change anything from the Mega Evolution metagame. Most of the shifts you're seeing, I think, are from people kind of discovering more about the metagame than they are using new cards. Like, obviously, Mega Lopunny's up here. Mega Kangaskhan got a boost from ice cream. What's it? Is it just called Big Ice Cream? It is, isn't it? Jumbo Ice Cream. Jumbo Ice Cream got a buff for Kangaskhan. This card's hilarious. I like this card. So I think I'm gonna have to put it in A but stale because it is basically the same as Mega Evolution, but Mega Evolution is pretty good in my opinion. I think this is the more recent ones because people always complain about the current format, obviously. The more recent ones I think are going to be a hot take with me putting Black Bolt White Flare format in S tier. I think Black Bolt White Flare is very good skill intensive format, except for Jolt and Go. That deck's an affront to God. I don't like that deck. And then we have the few other formats that I've played. So first off, Gym Leader Challenge. This is a fan-made format by Andrew Mahone. I like it. I would like it more if he banned Fan Rotom. If you're not familiar, the most recent bans for Gym Leader Challenge were Double Colorless Energy and Twin Energy, which I think was a terrible idea because it was like, oh, Colorless is the best type. I'll ban those, which help other types like Darkness with Guzzlord, instead of banning Fan Rotom, which was the main issue. It gives colorless free setup all the time. Other than that, though, I think the format's very fun, so I'll. It's probably S tier. It's probably an S tier format, especially because this is a non-rotating format. We've kind of had it for a long time. I believe it was made 2021, 2022. Yeah, I like it. If you ignore Fan Rotom, it's probably top of S tier. It's a good format. It's a good format. XY Steam Siege. This is the format for 2016 Worlds, which is one of the retro decks or retro gauntlets that I'm working on building. This is one of obviously two that I was not playing at the time of Standard 4 and therefore is not on this list. I think this is a good format. Um, I feel like people really don't like it, especially because people kind of. Wait, no, that wasn't right. What? What? It wasn't Primal Clash Siege. It was XY through Steam Siege. All right. Yeah, definitely. What the heck is this format? Okay, that's weird. So, that must be an issue with the day. I got 1 minute to go. So yeah, 11 Night March. I like it. I'll put it in A tier, probably here, top of A tier. And then Heart Gold, Soul Silver, Unleashed. This is format for 2010 Worlds. Immediate top of S tier. This format's fantastic. There's a reason it's one of the most popular retro formats to play. Got so many cool decks. Lux Chomp, Gardevoir, but not as dominant as Gardevoir was in like 2008 Worlds, for example. You have Regigigas Level X, which is my personal deck of choice in the format. You have all the primes. Super fun format. I really like this format. Top of S tier. And that's that's my list. Hopefully more actual high effort Pokemon TCG content coming soon.